Guys, what's the crack? It's Dinny here from Bitcoin with Dinny. Just heading up to the Bitcoin with Dinny office for a day of consulting and meeting clients and building Bitcoin pensions. And I want to sort of elaborate a little bit on yesterday's video where I spoke all about the Bitcoin price. A lot of times people want to find the reason why an asset went down, particularly with Bitcoin. It's like, what caused it? And we find some narrative and we fit it to the narrative and we say, that's why the price went down. Then I'll know why the price goes up. Again, I believe this is more or less a futile exercise. Like, Bitcoin is a micro asset in terms of the global economy. You know, a 2 trillion asset in terms of 900 trillion worth of capital. It means it's going to bounce around a lot. It's going to be pushed around a lot. You know, imagine a 7-stone lad on a rugby pitch with a team of professional players. He's going to get bounced around a lot, okay? It's going to be a pretty rough time for him. And therefore you must expect this stuff. Now, you can fit narratives to it, like, why did Bitcoin go down? Well, the Japanese carry trade, the Japanese central bank has just raised interest rates, and instead of offshore capital in Japan, or instead of capital in Japan, which is massive, it's one of the largest capital markets in the world, instead of that having to go to the American markets and boost up their capital markets, well, because they've brought up interest rates, for the first time in 20 years, that capital can actually stay home. It doesn't have to go and buy the American assets. So the stock market in America is going to suffer. And we know that Bitcoin is correlated to that. You know, so you can always find the narrative, but really, none of this matters, okay? And the reason why, where I think your attention should be, is not on trying to find the why, what happened in the past. I think it's a much more valuable exercise if you'd like more freedom in the future. Maybe you want to retire early, have more time with your family, get wealthy, get nicer things if you value material things. I don't so much, but let's not lie, Dinny. I do like nice things. I would rather have a brand new camper van than a 21-year-old camper van, although my camper van does everything a brand new one would do. It would just be nice to have a newer one. So if your focus is on all that, well, I think it's better served, rather than trying to figure out what happened in the past, it's trying to figure out what's happening in the future, what's going to happen in the future. And part of that analysis will be to really strengthen your understanding of Bitcoin. So as part of my Retirely Club, we have a course. It's called Understand Bitcoin in Depth, and it just takes your understanding from surface level. I don't really know what this is. I threw some money in it. I don't know the difference between this and an altcoin. Only Bitcoin's expensive and altcoins are cheap, so maybe they're better. Maybe I should buy them because my friend did tell me, although I've lost a lot of money. We all make those mistakes, don't worry. That's why it's so important to understand Bitcoin in real detail, in real depth, so you understand it inside out and upside down. And therefore, rather than figuring out, well, why did this happen? Why did Bitcoin's price go down? If nothing structurally or fundamentally with the asset has changed, and the fundamentals and the structure of the asset are even stronger than they were a year ago, 2 years ago, 5 years ago, well, then it's an even better asset. And the price is down. It's like, oh my God, what a golden opportunity. But people don't think like this because they just focus on the price and they try and fit a narrative to, why did it go down? Okay, right, okay, I'm worried. You got to get away from all that. If you want to retire early, a professional investor thinks very different than a retail person. A retail person is very price orientated. And how I explain price is, okay, I might have done this yesterday, did I? I can't remember. I'll do it again. Apologies if I explained it in yesterday's video, but I don't think I did. I might have. Anyway, you're talking to Dinny here. I have a million things on my mind, and these are off the cuff, and it's just trying to give you value. So as I say to people in my office, I'm like, there's a 50 euro note. I showed them a 50 euro note in my consulting office when I'm trying to teach people about value and price, and I say, I'll sell it to you for a tenner, so it's 5 times the value. Okay, then I say, there's a piece of dog poo outside my office door there. There's not, but they have to imagine it. I say, I'll sell you that for a penny. Which is the better deal? The tenner is, what is it, 10,000 times more expensive than the piece of poo for a penny. But the tenner is the better thing to buy because the tenner is 5 times more valuable. Or the 50 euro, sorry, jeez, I'm making an arse this analogy. Hopefully you can understand what I'm saying. And if you can't, I wouldn't blame you. But I point at the €50 note and I say, the €50 note, I'm selling it for a tenner. It's better to buy that €50 note than to buy the piece of poo for a penny. Even though the €50 note that I'm selling for €10 is 10,000 times more expensive than the piece of poo I'm selling for a penny. One is worthless, it's dog crap, and one is an asset that you're getting that's 5 times more valuable. So hopefully that makes you understand that the price of something is of no relevance to a sophisticated investor, someone who understands investing. It's all about the value, okay? As Warren Buffett says, price is what you pay, value is what we get. So therefore, while you're in a bear market, you've greater opportunity than when you're in a bull market. For me, all the retire early, we make the biggest steps on getting to that retire early goal in the bear markets during the crashes. That's why we prepare for these events. That's why we structure around these events. That's why we're educated around these events. That's what we do. If you need help with all that stuff, bitcoinwithdinny.com. That's the only place to work with me. You can book in a free call with my team. It'll be linked in the bottom of the description or in my bio. Have a chat with us. Worst case scenario, you learn something. Best case scenario, we show you how we can help you retire early and you start working with the best Bitcoin retire early company on the planet. Shameless plug. Anyway, hope you have a super day. Hope you know. Let me know in the comments if you do understand Bitcoin, if you don't fear crashes. Let me know in the comments if you actually love it when Bitcoin crashes, because you get to accumulate more for less. Let me know, because they're the people who are really on the path to retiring early. So let's see who that is. Guys, have a super day. Dinny out.